What's up, guys? I am here at the 2025 New York Auto Show. I'm really excited to check out what's new for 2025-26, so let's get started. This is the Kia EV4. It's going to be coming out sometime. It's like the EV6, but with a less powerful motor, up to 330 miles of range. They didn't talk about pricing yet, but I hope it's going to be around $40,000. What I'm really most excited about the EV4 is that it is a sedan. And when you think about EVs, it's mostly crossover and SUVs. So to have sedans an option, hopefully around $40,000, is going to be really attractive. Cool, nice size. So here inside for a sedan, I think it's a pretty good size. I think a little bit more legroom in back would be nice, but it looks almost like the EV9. Of course, there are some trade-offs. Nice panoramic display here in the front. You have also a sunroof, and you have pretty good seats, comfortable. They have this nice textures, these patterns, really clean finish. Actually, this kind of reminds me of the Kia Niro, which was their hybrid, a little bit smaller, but very similar in the interior. So open up the back here, show you access to the trunk. Now, I believe you could actually open up the back seat, so if you need the extra room, you have that flexibility. It's not an automatic tailgate, but I suspect that this is the entry-level trim. Like I said, hopefully around $40,000 would be great for a sedan. Of course, if you want all the extra features, it's gonna cost more. Design-wise, I really like how it blends that futuristic look that I saw with the EV9. Has similar elements. You have the accents on the front here, the black, the gray, hard lines, so very futuristic looking. Over here we have the Hondai Ioniq 9. It's a cousin to one of my favorite EVs, the Kia EV9. Just like the EV9, it is a 3-row seater, so it has a lot of room for your family, for guests. Very similar looking design, obviously, kind of boxy. Reminds me of a Kona on the front. The back's also kind of interesting, to say the least. And it's gonna be priced similar to the EV9, between $63,000 to $73,000, depending on the trim, upwards of 335 miles of range. This one's expected to come out this spring, 2025, so you could start pre-ordering right now. Like I said, the design reminds me of the EV9, like the handles. They're flush when it's locked, like the EV9. The headlights, they have these really interesting patterns you could customize. The back, though, is very interesting because it looks really chonky, as I like to say. Very wide, very tall, and you have this interesting LED strip that pretty much lines the entire outside. Could fit my bike, my small micro bike in there, my scooter definitely. Pull down the back seats, I could add more stuff. Okay, let's take a look inside. Okay, just like any other Hyundais, similar design language, panoramic display. I love the lip here. I've noticed that Hyundai does this a lot. And this is interesting here. It's not powered, which I wish it was. It's manual, but you're able to actually adjust the armrest here to whatever length you want. Big size, so if you have a family of 7 or just try and bring around people, plenty of room. So what I loved about the EV9 was the back seats. They had the captain's chairs, and I think this is just like it. Here we go. I'd still get the EV9. So I talked about the Ioniq 5N, which I loved last year. 20-year-old me would have liked it, but the price, hell no. This guy might be something more reasonable. $37,000 for the 2025 Elantra N. Gas powered, but hey, that's still cheaper than the $50,000 for the Ioniq 5N. This is the 2025 Toyota BZ4X, still the only electric EV that Toyota makes. There are some new changes, mostly aesthetics. So first of all, I like the design language. Still has that futuristic, very edgy, angular design, but they have this now new two-tone finish, the black and white. It looks really nice. And as a whole, it still has a very attractive design. So last year I was kind of meh about the BZ4X. Didn't have the best efficiency, and I thought it was average. But hopefully they made those changes, made improvements, especially the efficiency, the range. Minor changes in the inside, very familiar. The thing I like about the BZ4X is the cockpit style front seat. Look at this. You have your steering wheel. You can adjust here, up and down like that. and then you have your display, your cluster gauge display there, and your main display here. Definitely is a little bit more of a sporty feel to it. Got these bucket seats that kind of hug you. Also fabric material. Kind of skeptical about how they'll hold up long term because, you know, wear and tear and spills and all that, but it looks like it's pretty spacious in the back as well. I wasn't that impressed with last year's model, but let me know what you think about this year's model. Toyota and Subaru co-developed their first EVs. They had the BZ4X and the Subaru Solterra, look identical, but coming next year, 2026, this is the Subaru Trailseeker, essentially a larger size version of both EVs. So this has a range of 260 miles. The design, of course, it's meant to be more like an off-road type EV. You could tell with the black trim and also the huge amount of space. This is a bigger EV, so if you're going to be carrying a lot more people or a larger package, it's going to be able to haul that. So when I look at it from the side, it does remind me of the Subaru Outback because of that crossover wagon type design. The blue, of course, the paint job, and now with the black accents. So on the inside, like the BZ4X, very familiar. You could tell that they kind of co-designed this. Cockpit style steering wheel. You got your cluster gauge display, your touchscreen here. Pretty spacious. Nice headrest here in the back. Wow, it doesn't even have a moonroof of any kind here, but I guess it's about the utility, about having the extra space in the back. And yeah, to me, this looks just like the BZ4X. I'm really excited about testing this one out. This is the Lucid Gravity. It's a 3-row luxury SUV, one of the more exciting looking SUVs, EVs out there, and I'm really excited for it. Just like the Air Pure I tested, this is all about efficiency. For an SUV of this size that fits up to 7 people, they're looking around 4 miles per kilowatt hour efficiency, which is amazing for something this big. Pre-orders are available right now. It's starting at $80,000. This one, I'd imagine, probably could go up to $100,000 for a touring model. So very pricey, but that makes sense from the design, the luxury materials that they use, and all the features. So right away, the first thing that stands out to me is this ultra-wide panoramic display. It's beautiful. It's not as tall, a lot wider, which is great. You have your center console here. Very minimalistic, I gotta say. That's the beauty about Lucid's cars. They have a very minimalist aesthetics. You have a really different looking squircle, I want to call it, a square circle steering wheel. But the bigger thing here is just the amount of legroom and the amount of space you have. One thing I noticed inside here in driver's seat is above, look at this. It's all glass up front. Look how they mounted the visors here, really interesting. All right, so let's take a look at the back seats here. Second row seats, obviously there's a third row, probably have to move the seats up, but again, what I like about the design is that they have a lot of legroom, both in the front and the back here. Pretty comfortable, seats are plush, and again, that minimalist aesthetics makes it nice and peaceful. Those are just some of the highlights. Make sure to check out all our other content videos on social at Tom's Guide. What do you guys think? What were some of your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. I'm John V, and I'll see you in my next video. Hold on, I got this. I'm a pro. No, that's not a button. There we go, found it. I should be able to recline. Oh, it's gonna, nope, it's closing. It's closing. The other way.